Hello, greetings to everyone. My name is Frederick Addo. I am the president of the Association of Concerned Ghanaians in Europe for Human Rights, Democratic Governance, and Peace Initiatives for Africa, AGI, ACGIE. I'm also the deputy secretary of the Council of Elders of the New Patriotic Party in Europe. First of all, my gratitude to the organizers of this forum, Critical Thinkers International, for their vision to organize such an important forum, which welcomes, invites, and embraces personalities from different fields, diversity of stakeholders, leaders of political parties, academia, and people of all categories. I would like to have a brief discussion in three parts. The first part will be just an introduction on, I can say a summary. I will leave the historical aspect to specialists on this forum. And then the second aspect will be solutions, strategies, sustainability of our democracy. And I will talk a bit about the representation of People's Amendment Act, RUPA. Thank you very much, and greetings to all once again. As we are all aware, Ghana has not enjoyed a fully pledged democracy, let alone its consolidation, due to several factors. One of the factors is maybe our constitution of 1992, which gives incapacitation of state bureaucracies to fight corruption, and also excessive powers, presidential powers, which weakens oversight rules by mandated institutions. There are also other factors like ethnic and tribal politics, post-election violence, and also politicizing civil society activities. There are a lot of CSOs here at this forum. They understand what I'm talking about, particularly in the way of engaging them. And also, one of the most important factor that we have to take into consideration in terms of policy making is the reliance of Ghana on external bodies such as International Monetary Fund, IMF, the World Bank, in dictating its economic policies, because economic decisions is influence Ghana democratic dispensation. So I will talk about it, the solutions, how to go about it, to have a sustainable solution to be economically independent in our policies. So therefore, Ghana, seen as consolidated in its democracies, lowers the bar of democratic dispensation. So it is therefore imperative to make assessment of country democracy, of commitment level of state institutions to abide by democratic principles. So an institutionalized political party system is critical in democratic consolidation. It is true and crystal clear that a trade turnover of power in Ghana following 2000, 2008, and the last one in 2016 elections clearly depicts a strong party system, incumbent and opposition in Ghana. Political parties in Ghana had alliances in projecting high standard of democracy by forming Inter-Party Advisory Committee, IPAC, in bringing political parties together to foster harmony and regularity in conduct of inter and intra-party operations. We can also clearly say that political parties are pillars holding the democratic structure. It broadens participation and mobilizes voters for election. And also it is important to have a vibrant opposition parties. They are able to hold the government accountable. Therefore, party institutionalization consolidates democracy. Political parties contribute to the democratic consolidation based on how they operate. Political parties need to be national in scope and therefore have to incorporate and institutionalize um, their base or roots to have a national character. I can say more inclusion, having their grassroots embodied in the political party, not only structure but in decision making. Ghana's had successful elections with peaceful turnover of power for the fourth time since constitutional rule began under the Fourth Republic in 1992, third rather. And we can say that there is a need to broaden the electoral base. There are certain questions which could be posed that what are the dynamics in the conduct of presidential primaries by the two dominant parties in Ghana, and what has stabilized the selection of party presidential candidates with hitherto was crowded with problems. So democracy hinges on elections because elections builds legitimacy, transparency, openness, effectiveness, responsiveness, and gives legal backing to government. So I believe if primaries will give voters the chance to select leaders are conducted in a free and fair manner, the ingredients required for a delicious democracy could be achieved in Ghana. Ghana's peaceful and stable elections in this uh, uh, seventh time have furthered, eighth time have furthered its democratic credential. It is as a result of people trust, familiarity, and understanding of the political system and its electoral rules. The plurality rule associated with the majoritarian system, both in the presidential and parliamentary elections in Ghana, is devoid of complexities and contributes to certainty of electoral rules and its outcome. Democratic consolidation encompasses electoral uncertainties, accountability, and party institutionalization in conjunction with human rights protection, enfranchisement of full adult universal suffrage, so vibrant civil society operations and free media. So alternation of power through elections does not necessarily guarantees transition to democracy, but rather a democratic consolidation. So therefore, democratic consolidation cannot entirely be based on elections. So we can say Ghana's democratic transition has been somehow zigzag, but with strong institutional capacity of the Electoral Commission. It has robustly stood the pressures of parochial interests of political parties and election stakeholders to bring out reforms which include instituting the same day for parliamentary and presidential elections, introduction of colored voter IDs, transparent ballot boxes to replace the opaque ones which were used in the past, biometric voters register, biometric verification device to prevent multiple voting. This has purged our electoral system on free and fair voting. The political parties who are vehicles and agents of democracy has not been preluded from institutional and electoral reforms in the pursuit for internal party democracy. Both two major parties have made several reforms, which reflects to the goals stipulated in the Political Parties Act 574 of 2000. So the widening of electoral college to ensure legitimacy of electoral outcomes, embracing wide leadership to control party affairs, empowering the grassroots at all levels of the party hierarchy, and concurrent running of presidential primaries in all 275 constituencies across the country are some major highlights of parties, institutional, and electoral reforms which has been done. These are all geared toward the stoppage of rancor, intimidation, and vote buying in primaries. So we can say that the practice of widening the scope of electors has drastically reduced tensions, conflicts, factionalism in the recent presidential primaries and of the two dominant parties in 2014, 2019 by the NPP and NDC respectively. So the aftermath of these elections has ended up a unified front poised for action to realize the objectives of these parties. So the legitimacy and acceptability of elections results and candidates has been accomplished with the right institutional and electoral reforms for the major parties in Ghana, notwithstanding the widening of the electoral base, simultaneously conduct polls across constituencies, restrictions of candidates for presidential primaries has been positive outcomes. The Electoral Commission too and the police service in conducting elections in adherence to security protocols, respectively, has cemented the gains of these electoral reforms adopted by the two major political parties in Ghana. However, we can also say that parties in Ghana are still faced with challenges of party executive biases. For instance, trying to change party albums or being biased towards certain people having the potential or capacity to stand for internal elections. All these create tensions in the political parties. So these are part of the challenges which are created by certain executives in certain political parties. So vestiges of vote buying, high price of nomination fees for presidential fees, presidential candidates, which inadvertently give party ownership back to the elites, as we can say. And we are also having the challenges of the party militia taking over control of security of primaries instead of allowing the Ghana police services to take care of it. So to ensure neutrality and autonomy of state institutions in the conduct of party primaries, state institutions must be equipped to execute its function, which is the duty of the Ghana Electoral Commission per Article 45C of our Constitution. So I will end the first part of my introduction here, which gives a brief summary of what we've done so far good in terms of democracy consolidation in our fourth republic. In the second part of my presentation, I will talk about the perspectives taking into consideration our reliance on external stakeholders like the IMF, World Bank. What can we do in order to improve policies for long-term national development and also to attract more people, learned people, people of talents into all political parties? Thank you.